Now I'm going to give you advice that may come across as controversial, to which it really shouldn't, because what I'm about to tell you, God supports it also. And that is the truth, that you shouldn't be having sex with any other woman until you get married. Whether you like it or not, it's true. God recommends that. The reason why I'm talking about this specific topic is on the internet. It's very, unfortunately, it's the internet's very perverted now in terms of just how things should be, how men and women should act. And I'm primarily aiming at the men because my video is targeted primarily towards men. And I'm a man myself, and I can speak about my own personal experience on, just the pressure to need to have sex and lose your virginity. I made a video a while back, about 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago, and it was in brackets saying I'm 21 years old and a virgin. Now this can be universal, but 21 just came up on my head. And it was essentially me talking about, I see a lot of people on the internet, they're insecure about their virginity. And it just goes to show, and I'm being very blunt here, they have nothing else going on in their life. Now you may attack me, call me arrogant, rude, stupid, impolite. I actually disagree. Reasons being, and this should make you feel better what I'm about to tell you, I am also a virgin. I've never had sex before. I don't plan on having sex in about another 15-20 years from now, and I have no shame saying that. I can look at someone dead in the face in real life and tell you I'm a virgin. You can try to shame me on the internet for wanting to keep my virginity. No. There's nothing wrong with keeping your virginity and holding it out. It just means you value something. You value peace over pleasure. The people who are telling you to have sex now, and they're making all these young men feeling bad, making them feel stray. I remember when I was 13 years old, I'd always look at these beautiful, 13 years old, I'd always look at these beautiful, stunning women on Instagram. Naturally, as a man, I'm attracted to women. Obviously, I quite fancy beautiful women in particular. And I'd look at these women on the internet, I'm like, fuck, I can never get these women. Oh, they're so hot, oh, they're out of my league. Guys, as cliche as it sounds, you need to focus on yourself. The more you prioritize yourself and you put yourself first, you make your life so busy, you're going to naturally improve. You don't have a choice but to improve and to mature. And you'll find that the women will actually start to gravitate towards you. I don't say this to boast, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. Now I don't want to settle now and losing my virginity, no. I believe no fap and semen retention also helps with that also. It really clears your mind and, to stop being sexual. So if you're struggling with that type of stuff, I really recommend you consider unsubscribing to the people on your feed, maybe even pressing the report button, because it's not helpful and it's clearly crushing your mental health for you to have clicked on this video. And I've been there myself, feeling the need to lose your virginity all the time. It's fucking disgusting. You watched porn right in the past. I believe we all did. I unfortunately did. Do I regret the time I wasted? Yes. I know at the same time. Not to say I would go back and do it. I don't recommend it, but I mean that in the sense of, yes, it gave me the lesson now. And at the young age of 19, going on to my 20s, I would say I matured to the point where I can navigate things with a smooth road. I stretched off the H after jacking off for about 5 years and a little less than 5 years. More so about 4.5 months, a little below of that. I've gotten the mental maturity to realize that sex, yes, it is nice, I could only imagine. But the constant pursuit for it, it's not needed. It's so funny because the less you think about sex, the more you're going to get to it anyway. I don't even think about sex anymore. I'm just too focused on myself. There's no time to think about sex right now. Will I have sex in the future when I find my wife and get married? Yes. But that's not going to be in like 15, 20 years from now. So it's like, why think about it now? So much pressures of being a virgin. Sucks. I remember when I was in college, I would get laughed at by people in my class for being a virgin. Yes. Even the great Gordon would get laughed at. For valuing his peace. For wanting to save his seed. For greater deeds. You get shamed for it. Don't get angry because it will happen to you. Don't get angry at them. Pray for them. We should pity them, really. To even think like that. The internet has really polluted their mind, hasn't it? And it's polluted yours, unfortunately. Hence why you're watching this video. The pressure to need to have sex at a young age. Now, I'm only 19 years old, so, take what I say with a grain of salt. I haven't navigated life yet. I'm not even an adult yet. I'm still a teenager. But my final teen years, I do watch a lot of, you know, content creators who are a lot more mature than I am, and they are more so in the educational niche. And I guess this is why I'm able to develop the mindset that's tailored to the age. So I may be 19, but I may give off the impression that like I'm someone in my 20s. I'm not a genius, I'm not someone special. It really just goes down to birds of a feather flock together, and you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That can be in a literal sense of real life, and also the people you can see on the internet. They both play a factor. And I believe me taking that approach has really given me the correct mindset to realize that you don't need to have sex right now. I know it's really hard when it's just all over your feed. You're operating by lust, and I guarantee you, looking back at all the times where you didn't, all the times where you were feeling the need to have sex and whatnot, you always regretted it, didn't you? You never liked it. And it's sad, it's hard. It's one thing to just tell you to quit straight away, but I know it took me a few years to actually get out of this mindset. Probably like 7-8 years. It wasn't easy. It was not easy, especially when puberty hit. Don't even get me started. It was a nightmare, I tell you. And it's just me more so having sympathy for you. Slowly and steadily reduce your intake time on social media. That's the best advice I can give you. Progressive deload that. It's hard out here right now, but I promise you, the main key, and I'll probably end it off by saying this because I feel like I'm just rambling and waffling on. Please find habits and fill your day with habits so that you genuinely enjoy, and have a why. Experiment. I know it's hard when you start. That tends to be the hardest part, just getting out of that lustful phase. I'd even go as far as to say lust is probably the most heavily promoted sin in the modern day. And the reason why it's so dangerous is because out of all of the 7 deadly sins, lust is actually one of the two, and one of the only sins that I actually feel pleasurable doing in the moment. And it's very easy to disguise that as love. So I can only imagine. Not even imagine, I've been there, So take one step at a time, take the time to slowly detach. It's not easy. You will struggle and you'll constantly fall and get yourself back up. This took me about 5 to 8 years to really conquer myself. So, you've been building up this habit for a while. So don't expect to get rid of the habit straight away. It's input equals output. So let's say you've been, feeling the desire to have sex, been dealing with the pressure on the internet, shaming you, essentially you feeling bad about yourself, about your current virginity. And you've been doing that for 8 years, for an example. Now, let's say you take 9 years to actually, break out of the habit. You need to do more good than bad. So it's going to take you a lot more time. I'm going to end this video by saying this. I know I said that already, but this will be the actual last time I say this. I hope you can see me as a beacon of light. Someone to lead by example. And to make it even more compelling, the message I'm telling you, I'm young also. I'm your age. I'm 19 years old. Believe it or not, I may come across, I may give off the impression that I'm 25. Believe me, I'm 19 years old. Trust me. 5 years ago, I was just as horny as you. Heck, even recently, early this year, I was horny as fuck too, I'm not perfect. I've had my days. I've had my days where, and I'm even talking about sometime this year, periods of this year, there'd be times my whole family would evacuate the house, and then I would go to the toilet, I'd play porn and masturbate to it. I thought, and I was always anticipating days like that, and I've done it many times in the past, and I'm not proud of saying that. But I talk about that flow about myself as an example to tell you it's not fulfilling. The moment I finished busting a nut, I was like, damn, I need to clean up now. I need to clean up this saliva, because you watch a lot of porn and you tend to copy the masturbation tactics. I promise you it's not fulfilling. I've done it. You're like, man, I wasted so much time. I was meant to read this book. Disgusting. So I'm on a path too, and I need to lead by example now. I haven't jacked off for about 15 days. Not that you should be counting the days, but I just hope I can serve as a ball of inspiration, someone you can actually look up to, and see a guidance of light that it's actually possible. There's people around your age who are actually working on it. I know there's a lot of people on the internet who are a lot older. They tend to be in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, telling you not to masturbate. And there is a common saying also that youth is wasted on the young. And as sad as it is unfortunately true, because when you're young, you're full of energy. We tend to put our masculine energy into the wrong pursuits, partying, drinking, and then you get to a certain age after trial and error. Let's say you hit 25. Being like, okay, let me just get my shit together. Life's really starting to get important. Most earning years, peak earning years for entrepreneurs and men, tends to be in their 40s because the lust is gone and they can really just zone in. If we can have that now at a young age, yes, they have more experience. Yes, they're smarter. Yes, they have decades of experience than us, the 40-year-old people. But the one thing we have that they don't, we have time. And we can learn from their mistakes because wise men learn from the mistakes of others because they're men, they're the mistakes. Well, the wise men will learn from them. So if we can really just take their mindset, because I know they wish, because they learned from their mistakes, they wish they could have their mindset now at 19. So if we can take their mindset and put it onto us, we're going to tear them apart in all realms because we're using that energy into good use. That's the effect that I want to make and I'm hoping to make with this video. Use me as a ball of inspiration. I'm your age as well, man. Similar age. I'm not even an adult yet. I'm not an adult yet. I'm still figuring shit out. But what I found, seam retention, it's helping me a lot, man. So one step at a time, unsubscribe, unfollow the people who aren't needed, who aren't benefiting your life. Slowly and surely you will fail many times like I did. But you'll hit the point, and the more content creators that are wise and mature, just give them that insights that help you improve, the quicker you'll be able to overcome your need for virginity. And I want to end off by saying this. I know I keep talking. I'm talking to you. How long do I have? Look, I'm really going to end off by saying this. Come on, imagine. Close your eyes. My eyes will be open because I need to look at the camera, but imagine, close your eyes. You are a millionaire. You do all the good self-improvement habits. So let's say you're 18 years old. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Because usually 18, you're done with college and whatnot. So you're 18 years old, right? You're 18. And, you're starting out. Let's say you hit 36 years old, men peak in the 30s, right? So you've been training for 18 years, lean, you've been eating clean, you've been sleeping well. You've been learning, practicing emotional intelligence, how to speak to people. You've accumulated a business or a career that you're actually genuinely fond of. You're putting yourself first, you're putting skincare routines. You're well traveled, you actually have the money to travel and do cool things now. You've dated enough women to realize the type of woman you want. You've experienced the death of your parents. I mean, as unfortunate as it is, people do die. And just many deaths in your life in general, so that it matures you as a man. Puts your priorities straight. All these other factors, you've helped many people, thousands. You've changed many lives, assuming you've done the right thing. And that can even come as simple as inspiring people. And now you're part of their testimony. You improve yourself in the 5 areas of life. Physically jacked, mentally jacked, spiritually jacked, financially jacked, and socially jacked. You're a well-rounded man who can speak multiple languages. And heck, maybe even be able to play an instrument or two. You're into philosophy. You like studying, you like reading, you gain insights. You may love reading fiction or non-fiction autobiographies. And you tend to find inspiration from that. All in all, this all accumulates you to becoming the well-rounded man you will be at that point. You can open your eyes now. And most importantly, you're still a virgin. Now when you put all of that together, you being a virgin is so small now. It doesn't seem like a problem now, doesn't it? Because you actually have so many more things going about you. And as good as sex is, I can imagine, I've never had sex yet. When you have so many other habits about yourself, sex is like the last thing you want. And even then it's still good. So it's still going to be good, but we want to devalue the desire for sex and have what we want ahead. Because women, let me say something about women. They love men that put themselves first. They are repelled by the men that chase them, via the men who are constantly looking on the internet. They like men who put themselves first and focus on themselves. So if you're a virgin and you have all them traits about yourself, and you have the social proof, the validation, because women like pre-selection, don't you think more women are going to want you anyway? You can have a harem. You can have a harem, all wanting you. It'll probably annoy you. That's the problem you want. That's the problem you want, right? We want to attract women here, don't we? We can only choose one though. That's going to make them respect you even more. Imagine you tell them, you have all these good things about yourself and you have the sexiest thing about a man. I'm going to end off by saying this for real this time. Having all this power to abuse and you choose not to use it. It's the guy that has the ability to fuck all these women. But it's like, nah, I've built myself up for 18 years. I need to pick one now. Can't just choose anyone. I'll take you. Bye. That's all the women in the dating market. You've left the dating market for good. You attracted the highest quality woman that you can. And now you're golden. No pun intended.